Okay, fans, this is the last trip through the Michael Ivory man cave. My Buckeyes, my Red Sox, and my Reds, and my Dragons, and my Flyers will all be represented in this room. Here we go. There's a quick view. Bobbleheads. We're going to start with those UD Flyers. The 2020 Flyers, led by Obi Toppin, two seniors, Ryan Mikesell, and Trey Landers. Couple nice autographs there. Yeah, something I put together there. Champions of the A10, undefeated in the A10. Here's my posters. That is all individual cards of Carl Yastrzemski. That's my hero. Guess we should start at the bottom. There's Mike and Landon and Josh at one of the games of 2020. There's Dave, Jane, and Andrew Collinsworth, another part of the family. Here's some highlights of the A10 2020 champions. There's Trey. Also in this corner, along with Yaz, we have my own tribute to the Boston Red Sox. Individual baseball cards over the years of my All-Stars and my favorites. And right below that, we have the Cincinnati Reds. That's the other one. But my favorite, there he is. Bob Borkowski, North Dayton's finest. Kaiser High School graduate. There's Dayton Dragons over the years. Coaches, players. There's only one player that made it to all three boards, and that was Todd Benzinger, who later came on to manage his Dragons. Here's a little bit smaller, but that's a copy of my game where I shot a hole-in-one on the 7th hole at Hidden Lakes. They gave me a nice little trophy for that. And then there's some of my bowling trophies that we won as a team. And then we come over, there's my UD hats, start of the hat collection. A couple calendars I had over the years. There's a Joey Votto there. There's Big Poppy and No Ma. Oh, Dustin Pedroia. Here's Mike Nugent kicking a field goal for the Buckeyes. There's Joanne, her Peyton. She loved her some Broncos. There's a couple bats. One of them is autographed by the Dayton Dragons. The other one is a Manny Ramirez model. That Dayton Dragon bat was the team that made national news for having a brawl, and the pitcher from the opposing team threw a ball and hit one of the fans in the stands. National news. We're going to go back up top, all the way up top. 2004 World Series. There's our Boston Red Sox blanket, covers that part of the ceiling. Then we come up to the hat collection. There's my UD Flyers. Blends into the Ohio State Buckeyes. 1942, the first year Ohio State won a national championship in football. 41, Keith Byers. Archie Griffin, only two-time Heisman Trophy winner, autographed with his number. There's the 2002 national championship. That national championship hat has A.J. Hawk and Nick Mangold autographed those hats for me. There's your championship. There's my buddy Reggie. Got me my Ohio State helmet. And we come down, we got some nice autographs. There's A.J. Hawk. There's Anthony Schlegel. This is with family when we were at Hoover Dam. David, Jane, and myself, and a nice volunteer that was from Ohio that filled in the last O for us. So we had the OHIO. It's a nice autograph. That's a superimposed, but that's the way it felt. Michigan was chasing Ohio State running backs all day. There's Keith Byers. Autographed a nice picture for me. Pete Johnson. Got Pete's autograph. A.J. Hawk with another autograph, which is nice. There's the horseshoe. Earl Bruce. Nice gentleman. Had a nice evening with him and got his autograph. And once again, here's our only two-time Heisman Trophy winner. Got to meet him at the Rotary District Conference at Houston Woods Convention Center. So that was pretty neat. Here are some Ohio State football cards. Ironically enough, I found the Keith Byers. But there's the same picture. It's autographed by Keith Byers. That was pretty nice. And here's some of my, that's the 2002 bobbleheads. Got us a little Santa Claus there stuck in the chimney, Buckeye. Some Buckeye Scarlet Soda. Some coffee cup, OHIO. Here's Archie and Troy Smith. And Vic Janowitz. There's some more of the bobbleheads. There's A.J. Hawk when he signed with Green Bay. And A.J. actually even signed my bobblehead. It's pretty cool. Donnie Nicky. Will Allen. Will Allen went to Wayne High School, then the Ohio State Buckeyes. There's Woody. A couple Christmas ornaments. Some pins and shot glass, bowling, or a golf ball. Christmas ornaments. There's a nice helmet. Pete Johnson, Archie Griffin, and Keith Byers on that helmet. And this helmet here just has Keith Byers on the black Buckeye helmet and gold, silver writing. Pretty neat. Here's the coaches. Woody and Tressel. Another Heisman, Lee Horvath is his name. A couple items in there. This is University of Notre Dame's newest head coach, or defensive coordinator. Marcus Freeman was with the University of Cincinnati, who had a great 2001 football campaign. Earl Bruce with another autograph on the Tailgate Cookbook. Some footballs we got. There's a Broncos team. Keith Byers. There's the perfect 12-0 team. And the brown one in the back there. That's 4 Heisman Trophy winners. Signed that one, so that's pretty cool. There's a head cover for your golf club. That's 2000, the year of the pandemic. So you got to have your mask. I got a Buckeye one. A couple more helmets, a bank. There's some books that I have collected over the years. A little concrete football. And this is Buckeye Country. Got my Buckeyes trash can. There's Nick Mangold, AJ Hawk, and a nice OSU scarf that I have. Now that leaves the Buckeyes area. Now we're going to move up to baseball. Baseball division, or the A-League. Are the Dayton Dragons. Single A. This is called the Dragon's Lair. Special place you sit in the outfield. You get invited by groups to stay, and each year they have a different color hat. Other parts of the stadium where you stay to watch the game in group form, you get a visor. So as you can see, there's about 9 or 10 different visors. So we've been going to the Dragons for quite a few years. That's my Ohio State Dragons hat. Scarlet and gray, I like that one. Solid green. There's a Halloween. There's your camouflage. That's one of their home games. That's one of my favorites with the eyes. That's a little ghoulish. Pretty neat. Green. There's gray. There's white. That one is actually autographed by Austin Kearns, Adam Dunn, and Joe Giuliani. Got to make friends with them in the first year. There's some more dragons. More dragons hats. There's our Cincinnati Reds blanket on the ceiling. And we come over to the Cincinnati Reds. There's the Great American Ballpark. Another part of my ceiling. This is the Cincinnati Reds 2003 schedule when they moved into their new stadium. A couple retired numbers. Frankie Robinson. There's the coach and Johnny Bench. And don't forget about little Joe Morgan. This was a gift from my brother Bill, who had a gift from someone. But this picture is an actual Cincinnati Enquirer cartoonist. But he used to do things for the Reds. And this was called the batting cage. And that's all. There's Concepcion and Morgan and Bench and Pete Rose. Bunch of them old red legs. And we come down. Here's some of my nice wall art. There's Pete Rose, Barry Larkin. Okay, folks. This was the front of the Journal Herald paper the day that Ken Griffey Jr. came back to Cincinnati. That was his first at bat. But if you looked a little closer, right next to the guy with the red sweater, that's myself. To his left is Jack Froschauer, my good buddy. But we actually got it on the front page of the sports section that day. That was pretty cool. Tony, more part of the Big Red Machine. My brother-in-law David gave me this piece of art. That's pretty cool. It is said that every year if there's a new player that goes into the Reds Hall of Fame, and this artist that does this picture will add them in somewhere. He sneaks them in. It's pretty cool. There's Pete. This is one of my favorite pieces of work that I have hanging on the wall. That is Tom Tom Browning when he had his perfect game, so he signed 2 of my baseball cards. He actually signed my seat, my ticket. I was there at that game, the perfect game. There's Browning, a photograph we took of him while he was on the mound. Up here, 41-92. That was the night that Pete Rose made history, took over the all-time hits leader. And this is not a stub, this is a whole ticket, which there can't be too many of those around because they were sellouts. This was on a Wednesday. We were there Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday night. My son, John Howard, got me this little montage there, a couple Pete Rose pictures and autograph. Really neat. It's Johnny Bench I got from a fish fry Wanador prize. There's 2 autographs. So one of them came with the picture and the other one he actually signed it, so that makes it even more special. The bottom left there is a picture of Johnny in his uniform. That's a credit card that Fifth Third Bank at the time was offering. That's pretty cool. And we got some more autographs here. The 1990 Big Red Machine. Eric Davis got his autograph. Pretty cool. And down in this corner we got Bob Borkowski. He was a member of the Reds in 49, 50, 51. Got traded to the Brooklyn Dodgers in 52, and they won the World Series that year. There's Tony Perez in a nice black and white. And there's your boys. That's the famous 8. Maybe the greatest 8 players to be on the field at the same time for the same team. Just some little smaller things that we got here. There's 1990 World Series. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Tom Browning when he had his perfect game. That's the other one I got. That's the newest addition to my... We were actually sitting in these seats. Had a nice picture of Adam Dunn. There's Austin Kearns. Autographed Chris Sabo. Autographed Joey Votto. One of the friendliest guys in the game, Brandon Phillips. Great guy. It's Little Joe, rest in peace. And we'll finish up on this wall with the Big Red Machine all lined up. Now let's go up to the hats. Bronson Arroyo, that was a special giveaway. He was known to have the golden locks when he was pitching. The one behind Arroyo was the hat. I bought that the exact night that Pete got his hit, 41-92. I get it all documented on the bill on the underside. That was my buddy Reggie from across the street. Gave me the leather white Cincinnati Reds hat. There's one if you need one for Halloween. It's orange. The 1990 champions. I got Eric Davis's autograph on that. You got your St. Patrick's Day hat. There's a visor. That was the playoffs in 2010. They got those out. There's another Reds hat. That's one of my fun hats. That's kind of neat. The Cincinnati Reds with your permed up hair on top. Visor. This is the Mike Schmidt Parkway. That's in the city of Dayton. I picked that up at a garage sale. And we're going to move down some more of my knickknacks. There's a Red Sox spatula and a lot of mini bats. A number of Dayton Dragons, Cincinnati Reds, Columbus Clippers, Dayton Dragons, Boston Red Sox. That's a nice Boston Red Sox tie I got there. This thing hanging there is from opening day of the new stadium. That was pretty cool. 2 of my all-time favorites right there, Johnny Bench, Carl Yastrzemski. friend of mine at the City of Huber Heights Street Department made me those street signs. That worked out pretty cool. Just some nice pins. There's a miniature hat. These are Kroger handed out these gold coins. Some of the Hall of Famers with the Reds. That's Adam Dunn mini helmet. There's a nice championship mug. My daughter gave me that motorcycle. There's the Red Sox 2004 World Series champions. That's a picture of me outside of Fenway Park next to the Ted Williams statue. Here's Mike Schmidt. Best wishes, Mike. Mike Schmidt. There's another one at Fenway Park. Some pins I've collected over the years. World Series. There's the inaugural game between Cincinnati and Pittsburgh. Red Sox. Reds. Oh. 600 series. USB-C. A couple nice little pins. Here's a collection of the 2007 Boston Red Sox. A few more pictures that didn't fit on the wall. Got them here on the floor. Don Shula when we get over to the football section. Those are all magazines between years when the Cincinnati Reds were doing well, and there's on the top, that's Life of magazine of Joe Morgan and a number of the other Hall of Famers. Tom Seaver that passed away in 2002. So, that one more thing over on this side. Now, you count that as one hat or two hats, but that is split in two. So half of it are Dayton Dragons. And those are players that started with the Dragons and ended up playing for the Cincinnati Reds. But the hat is glued together and sewn. So there's Austin Kearns, Adam Dunn, Chris DeNorfia, Homer Bailey, Johnny Cueto, Jay Bruce, Chris Booker. So that's what that hat is. And when I went to Cooperstown, and Johnny Bench and Carl Yastrzemski were inducted in the Hall of Fame. There was my Reds locks, all the years they won their World Series. See how the stitching is there. And there's the other side. That's the Cincinnati Reds, the years they won the World Series. But so, call it two, call it one, but it's a hat. And here's my jerseys. You notice this poppy was from the 2004 World Series. They wore those jerseys the first day game in 2005. So it has the gold stitching around the red numbers, and it's got the World Series patch on it. I hate to lose him, old Mookie Betts. He was a good player for the Red Sox while we had him. Now he's a Los Angeles Dodger. Here's a Cincinnati Red jersey and another one. But I do have my football jerseys. Right there's my Miami Dolphins. The reason it's number 11 is because I was the 11th child in the family. This one's a 39, kind of a throwback jersey for one of my favorites was Larry Zonka. But this is the man. That is Yaz. He's probably my biggest hero of growing up. He was the man. Love me some Yaz. Mike Devereaux, who played many years with the Baltimore Orioles. He also played with the Los Angeles Dodgers. And he also coached hitting instructor for the Dayton Dragons. And these are a jersey that they wore last year, and they only wore them once. And then they had an auction. So I won the auction for this, and he actually signed it, which was pretty cool. Here's my Dayton Dragons jersey. That's a Joey Votto with the number 8 on back, or 9 on back. Now, there's my Cincinnati Reds floor mat. Go over here real quick and show you another Yaz. One on the left is actually a puzzle. Baseball Legends magazine. Nothing about, all about Yaz. There's a nice gold foil, limited number. Got that from my brother Bill. Nice of him. St. Vincent de Paul. Here's my Fenway. See where my TV usually is, but it's out right now. Well, just some pictures of when we went to the Reds game in the same year, in 2005. We went to Fenway Park on vacation. The two pictures there, the left is David Ortiz, Big Poppy. That's an expensive card there. I got really lucky. It's an autograph, number 3 of 5. Probably about a $500 baseball card. And there's a near mint Carl Yastrzemski card from 1982. Here we come up to the bobbleheads. Over the years have collected them, bought a few of them, but actually got most of them from promotions. Kroger store has done some things. A lot of Dayton Dragons. And there's all their mascots. Then we come over to this wall. This is my Red Sox wall. Here's Bernie Carbo. Very religious man. Now, God is number one. God, number one fan. There's my Yastrzemski. This one is actually induction day at Cooperstown, July 23rd, 1989. And at the bottom, that is a stamp from the Iron Horse, first baseman for the Yankees. I'll think of his name here in a minute. And then it was actually run through the New York Cooperstown post office. So the postage is right there in the corner. Lou Gehrig, that's his name, I knew it. That's a Lou Gehrig stamp. There's my little Fenway from the aerial view. There's Big Poppy. He may be a close 2 on that list of favorites. There's Poppy, most valuable Poppy. David Ortiz. There's another one in the corner there. And you come down, and Johnny Bench, also from Cooperstown, 1989, day of the induction. This one, if you look real close, I actually got Johnny to sign it for me. He doesn't sign a whole lot of things, but I was at the dugout of the Dayton Dragons. And there's Bench and Yastrzemski. That's a very nice Christmas present from my lovely wife. And there's Yaz all by himself. I got that at one of the Reds Fests. There's another Yastrzemski. And the captain, Jason Varitek. Got Wade Boggs down on the bottom. And the ultimate Red Sox, Kurt Schilling, pitching with the injured ankle. There's old Wade Boggs down at the corner. These are a couple of my... This is a bowling pin from Congress Lanes. The old North Dayton on Troy Street. Ron and Rita, wish me good luck. Let me have that one. There's my buddy Jack Froschauer. That's a unique bobblehead there. That is actually me. Got my name on the vest and on Cook's coat. There's 3 generations. Me and Josh, Reagan and Landon down at the Reds ball game. Here's a couple of my football baubles. There's John Elway. There's a little Merino, big Merino. And a big Merino. There's some of the cups I've collected. Ice cream cups over the years. These are called McFarling figurines. Kurt Schilling in the back. Carlton Fisk as a white sock. There's Martinez, one of our newest heroes in Boston. Nomar Garcia-Parra as a all-star. There's a Yaz. Big Poppy. There's another Yaz. Another Yaz. Johnny Bench. Pete Rose. Joey Votto. Another Bench. It's a really neat one how they have them hanging over the gate. There's a Carlton Fisk willing that ball to stay in fair territory. Game 6, 1975 World Series. There's a Yaz in his away jersey. There's Big Poppy lining up that home run. Hey, there's a little Poppy. Manny Ramirez in the back. Big Ted Williams there. There's Yastrzemski. There's Nomar Garcia-Parra in his away jersey. Kurt Schilling. Jeff Lowell. No. Okay, I missed him. Euclid. This big Red Sox man. Couple nice pictures here. There's Bob Borkowski. Old Bush. This is black and white days. There's a good one. That's me in the middle and my 4 brothers. Bill top left, Rick known as Bubbles right, John on the left down, and Tim on the right down. Yeah, Mom and Dad didn't have much grass back in those days. That's a nice Red Sox. Look at that slugger. If you look real close, took a nice cut at it, but the ball happens to be in the catcher's mitt. That's all right. You can't hit them all. And I definitely didn't hit that one. So, this is all coming down. And the hats. There's the chapel, Fenway Park. So, there's my Red Sox hats. My Aunt Phyllis gave me the blue one. There's some World Series hats. I'm still collecting. Just last week I got that black Red Sox hat. It was $3.95 with all my discounts. A lot of championships. I make the numbers myself. This was one of my favorite ones. Red Sox win. Thank you, Santa. Was my Christmas hat. There's 2018 World Champs. And there's Red Sox. So that is the story. And I'm sticking to it. And I hope you enjoyed your trip in my neighborhood. Lights out.